President, as a servant to the many different people in our One Queensland community, my second topic tonight is solar and wind energy's financial failure. The tide's now against out-of-touch elitists whose income insulates them from the hardship of their virtue signalling, feelings-based beliefs cause Australians. The recent referendum showed the good sense of everyday Australians will shine through. Recent polling shows working Australians deserting the Albanese government over the cost of living, housing and immigration crises due to virtue signalling, feelings-based urban elitist policies. Look at disasters in recent months engulfing the green dream. Ørsted, the huge offshore wind charlatan, booked a US $5.5 billion write-down on the value of their offshore wind installations, and its stock price this year is down 50%. Last week, Norway's Equinor booked a $300 million write-down on their offshore wind. Their share price, though, was saved due to their investment in oil and gas. Siemens Energy is down 60% after losses in their offshore wind caused a return on investment of minus 17% negative. Vestas is down a third after announcing losses in their wind division and is now offering a return to investors of negative 11%. Fortescue, from the Australian Financial Review, the Andrew Forrest-led Fortescue terminated approval applications for the Uaru Renewable Energy Hub last month. The Express reports that electric vehicles lose value for owners at twice the rate of internal combustion engines. Insurance policies are rising at twice the rate because of EVs' rising maintenance costs. In America, Hertz announced they're losing money on their EV fleet and it's now scaling down purchases. The American Automobile Association tested EVs and found that with a family of 4 and their gear on board in a family EV, the highway cycle range was reduced 25%, where petrol cars actually get greater range. American EV dealers now have 100 days of stock sitting in showrooms. Business Insider reports EVs have hit a market share plateau. There are only so many rich public servants ready to waste money on virtue signalling vehicles suited to short city trips. The United Kingdom's EV company Arrival's share price has fallen 96%. Drive magazine says more Australian EV sales will actually increase demand for coal, since solar and wind generation is insufficient to charge these things. Recent large demonstrations against offshore wind should have caused Minister Bowen to take stock, yet he's now full steam ahead and damn the torpedoes. Ignorance never ends well. Sydney's inner-city elites will not have to look at these monstrosities because the Labor Party are installing huge wind turbines off the workers' suburbs of Newcastle and Wollongong. And the ESG corporate blackmail is hitting resistance. In the last week, United Kingdom investors withdrew $1 billion from ESG funds, making 5 months in a row of negative inflows. Last year, a paper showed ESG funds do not offer superior returns to regular investment funds, which is why Vanguard pulled out of the Net Zero Asset Manager initiative last December due to poor returns and risk. Last July, the Australian newspaper said, quote, "Green investing has hit a crisis. Mounting questions over standards and effectiveness have been building for years. This year, investors voted with their feet and rushed for the exits. Whatever way you cut it, ESG investing creates exclusions, which means investors will have more volatile returns than a fund that simply invests for the best return." End of quote. Large corporates, superannuation firms and investment funds have a fiduciary duty to investors to operate for the best and safest returns. ESG is not safe and not profitable. ESG initiatives rely on government handouts. Our economy is being destroyed. The urban elite's wealth and income can only last so long before feeling the pain they're now inflicting on everyday Australians. The green dream ends when the government stops propping it up with taxpayers' money. The green dream nightmare, the becoming nightmare, ends when the government stops propping it up with taxpayers' money. Make the decision today to start putting everyday Australians first. We have one flag, we are one community, we are one nation. Thank you.